You'll have it. All right, where is my web page here? My first website. All right, here's my folder. Yesterday we made all our pages, all right? Now I'm going to take one of these pages and I'm going to remove things on the page because I don't want it on page 2. I'm going to put this content on page 2. You can do it wherever you'd like to as long as you have it in your website somewhere. All right, here's my page 2. Just pay attention to what I do first, all right? Put your eyes up here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of a lot of stuff in my main area of my web page, all right? Here's my div ID square. This right here, I don't really need a lot of these images on the second page. I have it on my first page. I have that code somewhere. I'm going to leave my header, and I'm going to delete everything down to right here, right before the closed div. You see how I have my div? I'm leaving that closed div in. Why would I want to do that? I started right underneath the header. Let me show you. Let's just pay attention. Pay attention. So I'm going to zoom. Next thing I'm going to do is I no longer need some CSS on this page too. I don't need my CSS for, remember when we did the header and the new paragraph? I don't need that anymore. This part right here. Since I don't have a style sheet that's for every single one, I can add and remove styles for every single page, all right? So I'm just going to delete the new paragraph style because I might want to do something different. I'm going to get rid of that. All right, now I'm left with my navigation bar, my banner, and my square and my H1. This text will be black. All right. So the next thing I'm going to do is that we're going to add a border around the div ID square. So around this div ID square right here, we're going to add a border. And the way to add a border is to go up to the CSS. And what part? If I'm going to do something to this div ID, what do I need to look for? The what in the square? No, the other thing. Right here. Number symbol, hashtag, square. Here we go. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add a little piece of code. And this is one thing we're learning today. And it is border. And there's multiple ways of doing this, just so you know. 5 pixels. And you can adjust the pixels. And I'm going to write solid, and you can adjust solid, and I'll show you some of those options a little later. Red, and you can change red to another color. All right, so what I've done is I've written the word border. It's going to be 5 pixel border. It's going to be solid, and it's going to be red. And it's going to go around the outside of my my square div. So let me save this, and let's take a look. File, save. I'm going to reduce this, and let's look at my page 2 and see if I have a border. There I go. So now I have a cool border around the outside of my web page on page 2. Now this is something you can add to every single web page as long as you add it to that style. All I did was add the border to Rashawn. Take right over here. This is what I added. I added the border code to the div for the square. And you can make it any color. I can show you some options for borders as we move along. But this is a very basic border. It's the fastest, easiest way to add a border. And you can add this border to the banner too if you wanted to. You could also you can add it to any. That's the benefit of using CSS is you can add this border really